In a city with a reputation for violence, what happened yesterday was unprecedented. It began.
So I'm heading back to Cali.
I am westbound, for sure.
Into the west coast of my home soil, city of East Palo Alto, where I was raised.
Somebody got to get shot.
Used to have the highest murder capita rate, but I think they're being beat by DC or somewhere like that now.
I'm actually going to check out the Video on the Net conference. I'm going to visit all my peeps too.
We're the Brothers Channel, all right? That's what we are. We're the Brothers Channel.
The ride here, it's always a trial in Atlanta.
It's traffic. That's what the situation is. It's freaking traffic.
A couple of accidents, situations on the freeway.
That car was toast.
Some tense moments, but we kept it moving, kept the music going. And we made it here okay. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to be in the Bay. I am back calling. Next stop, East Palo Alto. All right, coming to you now from the living room of the home soils. This is the home base in East Palo Alto. I came home to attend a conference in San Jose, the Vaughn Conference, Video on the Net. Give you a little bit of background about myself. I was basically born in San Jose. Parents moved to Stanford Student Housing, Escondido Village, when I was probably 2 or 3. And then Pops bought this first house for a small family back in like the late 70s. So I was like 4 or 5 when we moved to East Palo Alto. Thinking about some of my early memories here, just, you know, a new place. It was a new place. It was a new time. I come from a close-knit family where we always had dinner together. You know, moms always took us to summer camps, and we were always doing things as a family, going camping and stuff like that. So inside, you know, the house and that sort of thing, it was this very, you know, peaceful environment. You know, our mom was very much into the country, and we actually had chickens right here in the hood. But then, of course, you know, as we hit the teenage years, you know, it's like the 80s, the late 80s, when, you know, crack was hitting the streets. And so, you know, my brother and I managed to use music and the arts and that sort of thing, or my parents provided us like music equipment, so we started, you know, making music and stuff like that. So we weren't really into the street life, though it was all around us. At the same time, you know, we've always been like a media arts family as well. I mean, my earliest memories are of my mom interviewing my brother and I. When my sister came along years later, I ended up duplicating those interviews and interviewing her. So I was pretty much raised with a mic in my hand. And then when my brother and I started rapping, once again, you know, back to that. So as of course the, you know, crack hit the streets, there ended up being a lot of crime and violence, or I guess more than the normal amount of crime and violence. I mean, to us it was just like living in the city, you know, living in PA. But, you know, oftentimes our city would be on the news, you know, the 10 o'clock news, 11 o'clock news, 5 and 6, for various crimes that would happen. And I was always fascinated with the news coverage, always fascinated with the way the news media portrayed this city.
A gang war that erupted in the streets of East Palo Alto forced police there to put out a call for help tonight after a night of violence last night that would have stunned cities many times its size.
It was always something that sort of fascinated me. So oddly enough, my brother and I like recorded almost every time, you know, something had happened in the city.
In all, 11 people were shot at 9 different East Palo Alto locations.
Little did we know at the time that we'd end up both working in the news. I've worked as a news reporter. I currently work for a small cable network. He also works as an editor for the news. So now we've professionally gone into that field. So we have a thorough understanding of the media, the power of the media, how images and information is made and distributed and disseminated.
Commentary on the news, police have no suspects. This is the raw definition of rogue.
During the stop, police found a crack pipe, but no drugs, and they made no arrests.